watching a scary moment in the NHL last night after a player collapsed on the bench.
The results from the New Hampshire primary are in.
And Ithaca's 22nd annual Chili Cook-Off had a surprising victor. Good morning, I'm Alex Dean.
And I'm Samantha Cavalli.
And we have those stories for you right now. St. Louis Blues defenseman Jay Bouwmeester collapsed on the bench during a stoppage of play in their game against the Anaheim Ducks. According to Blues general manager Doug Armstrong, Bouwmeester suffered from a cardiac episode and was stretched off and transported to UC Irvine Medical Center. The 36-year-old veteran appeared to be reaching for a cup of water as he began falling to the ground. This came after a 1-minute 20-second shift on the ice for Bouwmeester. He is currently conscious and alert and is undergoing further tests. Both teams agreed to postpone the rest of their match and will be made up at a later date. We will provide more information as it becomes available to us.
After last night's vote in the New Hampshire primary, Senator Bernie Sanders came away with a win, receiving 26% of the vote. This is Sanders' second win at the New Hampshire primary, with a win back during the 2016 election, which was a much larger margin than his primary win yesterday. Mayor Pete Buttigieg followed a close second, receiving 24% of the vote, 4,000 votes behind Sanders. Senator Amy Klobuchar and Senator Elizabeth Warren followed behind in third and fourth place, respectively. The candidates will meet again for the Nevada caucuses held on February 22nd.
Ithaca's 22nd annual Chili Cook-Off took place this past Saturday as various businesses tested out their chili recipes to see whose was best. More than 30 restaurants took part in the competition, along with a number of amateur chefs. Ithaca Ale House, Viva Taqueria, and Luna Street Food all won different awards for both their food and their presentation. Cayuga Medical Center also took home an award with the best chili-inspired food. The vendors in this year's Chili Cook-Off also had to adhere to stricter rules to prevent cross-contamination, putting their food in disposable cups instead of reusable mugs. The U.S. women's national soccer team completed their sweep of the CONCACAF Olympic qualifiers with a 3-0 win in over Canada in the finals on Sunday. This capped off a qualifying tournament that saw the women outscore their opponents 25-0 through 5 games. The U.S. already qualified for the Olympics this summer with their 4-0 win in the semifinals over Mexico. They are looking to become the first team to win an Olympic gold medal after winning the previous World Cup. This team faces a tough decision now as they have to cut their roster down to 18 players from the 23 they were allowed in the World Cup run last summer.
A man whose daughter attended Sarah Lawrence College is accused of, quote, unspeakable abuse on students for the past 10 years. Lawrence Ray is charged with 9 counts that include extortion, sex trafficking, forced labor, and money laundering in connection with his alleged crimes against students. Ray allegedly began targeting students after he moved into his daughter's on-campus dormitory with her male and female roommates in 2010. He began giving therapy sessions to students and used the students' vulnerabilities to his advantage. Ray manipulated his victims into false accusations and extorted their money. Sarah Lawrence College released a statement of having no knowledge of the situation and that the safety and well-being of their students and alumni is their priority. If convicted, Ray faces up to life in prison. A Minnesota woman was reunited with her dog this week after spotting her missing pet's picture on a Florida brewery's beer can. Last month, Monica Mathis was scrolling through Facebook when she came across a picture of a dog that looked familiar to her, lost dog Hazel, who had gone missing 3 years ago from Mathis's previous home in Iowa. The post came from Motorworks Brewing in Bradenton, Florida, which were advertising 4 adoptable dogs, including one that looked like Hazel. After confirming Mathis was Hazel's owner, Hazel was driven out from Florida to Minnesota to be reunited with Mathis. Mathis says Hazel is a part of her family and is grateful she is finally home.
The city of Denver has voted to end its 30-year ban on owning pit bulls. A new code was passed in the recent City Hall meeting that would permit pit bulls to be registered with the Denver Animal Protection. Ownership, however, will still be regulated. and restricted to 2 dogs per household. Pit bulls were previously banned from Denver in 1989 after a pair of attacks took place. This new law will take effect in 90 days, pending approval of Denver Mayor Michael Hancock.
On Monday, a report surfaced that Major League Baseball is considering a new playoff format. The new platform would consider 3 division winners and 4 wildcard teams in each league. This would mean 14 of the 30 MLB teams would make the postseason. And the new wildcard round would be a 3-game series. Some fans, however, are upset because they've enjoyed the MLB having the most difficult playoffs for which to qualify for, and it's just removing emphasis on regular season excellence with more playoff teams. This possible monumental change could be implemented starting in the 2022 season. Well, Alex, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to see if this is going to be implemented coming soon.
Yeah, MLB is notorious for having those difficult playoffs to get into, so it's definitely interesting to see what will happen.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Coming up, does clicking your heels 3 times and saying Bob Iger really land you in Disney? We have a student here who says so.
A surprise for the Ithaca College women's ping pong team as they were randomly selected to participate in nationals in Canada.
And finally, love expert Pete Johans is here to discuss your Valentine's Day plans, whether you are single or not. Stay with us.